Any type of project requiring multiple partners and multiple deadlines needs careful managing. Project management techniques can help you stay on track and on time. Projects follow general phases. They include preparation, developing partnerships, planning and development, conducting research, and acting on findings. Managing a project involves keeping your project organized and moving forward. Preparing for a project involves scoping the boundaries around the topic or issue, including setting objectives, roles and responsibilities, and timelines. Work plans break a bigger project into smaller tasks. Work plans include a list of tasks the team must do, who will do what, and the dates for when tasks need to be completed and the resources needed to complete each task. Identifying team members' skills and allocating tasks according to different strengths is important. Collaborating with your team to get their input in the roles and responsibilities they wish to play is key. Timelines outline how long the overall project and individual tasks will take. First, look at when the project needs to be done and then work backwards, looking at the tasks you need to do, how much time you'll have to spend on each task, and whether you have enough time to do everything you want. Timelines help to see if your research plan is doable and keep the project on track. Some tasks depend on others being completed first, and this needs to be considered in the work plan. For example, you'll need ethics approval before you can start recruiting participants. Other tasks can be carried out at the same time. For example, you can begin to transcribe interviews while you're still interviewing new participants. When creating a timeline, mark down key milestones or tasks you must complete throughout the duration of your project. For example, submitting an ethics approval. Then set smaller targets by breaking down larger tasks into these smaller pieces. For example, before submitting an ethics approval, you need to write the proposal. List all the steps you'll need to do to write an ethics proposal and estimate how long each step will take. But be aware that everything takes longer than you expect. Things won't always go as planned. People will go on vacation, research questions will change, and so on. Make sure that you budget more than enough time to complete your tasks. Add in some buffer time just in case you run into a challenge. Being too ambitious can set you up for problems. And be sure to anticipate busy times for your team members. Major papers, exams, and holidays will all slow down work. Your community partners will have good advice about your timeline. They can let you know if something may take longer than you expect, or if a program is closed during the same weeks you plan on collecting data. Once your project starts, you'll need to keep track of how the project progress matches your original work plan. If you're part of a team, one person normally takes on the role of project manager and helps lead the project forward. This person knows when team members complete tasks and what is left to be done. Keeping a team on track involves regular and ongoing communication. Does everyone have what they need to complete a task? Are there issues that need to be worked through? If you don't hear from a team member in a while, it's a good idea to send an email to see if tasks are on track. Feedback lets your team members know if they are on track and encourages collaborative thinking. Regular meetings are also useful to keep a project flowing. If team members know that a meeting is coming up, they will likely put more effort in to get their tasks done. Team meetings also provide a chance for members to talk about challenges, brainstorm potential solutions, receive assistance from others, and so on. Before a meeting, create a meeting agenda with all the points you want to cover. Take notes during a meeting so you can look back on decisions that your team made and the next steps that need to be taken. Be respectful of people's time and make sure the meeting ends on time. A budget is a plan and statement of the resources you need to do your community-based research project. Project resources might include the cost for materials, salaries, travel, software, honorariums, meeting rooms, or childcare. Let's say you want to conduct some focus groups. What expenses would you need to budget for? You'll need to recruit participants, so you'll have costs for printing, mailing, or advertising. You'll have to have costs for hosting the focus group, including booking meeting rooms. You may have honorariums to thank people for their time, and you may have a meal or refreshments. You may also need to provide support for the participants, including a taxi fare or childcare expenses for them to take part. You might need to hire interpreters, you might need to hire people to transcribe the interviews, and so on. Sometimes people in your team or network can cover these costs in kind. This means that people offer their resources at no cost to the project, but they are still real costs. For example, as a student, your time is an in-kind salary contribution to the budget. Rooms that are booked at your university might also be an in-kind contribution to the project. It's important to make sure that everyone is fully aware of all of the costs in conducting a research project. There are many project management tools and software, some of which are free. These tools can assist with mapping out your project activities, milestones, schedules, keeping track of a budget, or sharing documents among team members. Finding the right tool or tools for your team is important. Think about what features you will need to keep your project organized, but also keep things simple. Not everyone on your team will have the time, interest, or technological skills to learn how to use a new online project management software. Many times, a simple word processor or spreadsheet program can provide everything you need for project management.